You know, every school wants to build these incredible arts programs, right? But so often, they get tangled in this huge web of administrative chaos. So today, we're going to look at a model that's designed to simplify all of that, so schools can get back to focusing on what really, truly matters: amplifying student confidence.
If you're a school administrator, this question, it gets right to the heart of it, doesn't it? Of course you want to provide amazing, enriching experiences for your students, but the logistics, the paperwork, the sheer complexity of it all, it can be completely overwhelming. Okay, so let's dig into that central problem. Why is it that something as essential and wonderful as arts education so often turns into such a massive administrative burden for schools?
Well, the barrier to high-quality arts really comes down to three core issues. First up, there's vendor fatigue. Think about it. Juggling dozens of different instructors and companies, it just leads to burnout. Then you've got inconsistency, last-minute cancellations, or maybe the quality varies wildly. That creates huge gaps in student learning. And finally, the compliance burden. Managing all the funding and district standards takes specialized knowledge. And the sad reality is, when schools are faced with all these hurdles, arts programs are often the first thing on the chopping block.
But what if you could just bypass all of that complexity? The solution we're looking at flips this entire model on its head. It suggests a single partner to solve the whole administrative puzzle.
So the idea here is actually pretty simple, but it's a real game changer. A single, accountable partner acts as a central hub for all of your arts needs. So instead of dozens of vendors, you have one. This one partner manages everything, from the instruction and field trips to the infrastructure and digital programs. It really transforms that administrative chaos into a streamlined, effective ecosystem.
All right, so what does this complete arts ecosystem actually look like in practice? Let's dive into the four big pillars to see just how comprehensive a solution like this can be. First off, the instruction itself. And we're not just talking about your standard art class here. This is college level, premium instruction in music, dance, even creative arts like filmmaking and podcasting. And the really crucial part is who's teaching them. We're talking about world-touring artists and educators from top-tier schools like Berkeley and Juilliard. This is all about giving students access to real working professionals. These are the real deal.
And it goes way beyond the classroom, too. We're talking about those iconic arts experiences, the ones kids never forget. Field trips to world-class recording studios, lunchtime concerts right there on campus, or all-school showcases. These are those unforgettable moments that really ignite passion and show students what a creative career can actually look like.
Okay, but where does all this happen? What about the actual physical space? This is where things get really cool. They can design and build professional-grade music, dance, and even podcasting labs right on campus. And get this, for schools that need more flexibility, they've got modular setups that require absolutely no construction. This brings professional-grade tools directly to the students.
And of course, in today's world, you need flexibility. That's where the digital side comes in. Imagine bringing a Forbes 30 Under 30 winner or even a NASA engineer into your classroom for motivational talk. This model offers that, along with online masterclasses and full virtual courses, making world-class talent accessible to literally any school, anywhere.
Okay, so you've got this incredible range of services, but for any administrator listening, the big question is, how on earth does this all come together without being a nightmare to manage? Well, the secret is in its seamless, turnkey approach.
This is what they call the Turnkey Advantage. And it's super simple. One contract, one person to call. This central hub handles all the heavy lifting, the instructor vettings, the staffing, the scheduling, managing substitutes, even making sure everything aligns with the district. Essentially, it shifts an administrator's role from a logistics manager who's drowning in paperwork to an educational leader who can just focus on the result.
And hey, don't just take my word for it. This actually works in the real world. Just listen to what Sandra Garcia, a coordinator at Larchmont Charter School, had to say. Consistency and continuity are extremely important. We are eager to continue growing this partnership. That speaks directly to the value of having this kind of unified, reliable model.
So, we've talked about the problem, and we've talked about this really elegant solution for the logistics. But what's the whole point? Let's talk about the purpose, the ultimate goal, the transformative impact this has on students.
It's stories like this one from an advisory teacher, Gethala Ephraim, that really bring it all to life. They talk about a student who was quiet, reserved, wouldn't normally participate, but once the music class started, he came out of his shell, and his confidence just became more and more apparent. That right there, that's the human result of a well-run arts program. That's the whole ballgame.
And that story perfectly embodies the ultimate goal.
It's about taking students from a place of uncertainty to a platform where they can fully express themselves. So the result isn't just a better, easier arts program, it's what they call louder confidence for every single student.
So when you boil it all down, the amazing teachers, the easy logistics, the unforgettable experiences, it all comes back to this one simple but really powerful mission: helping students become braver, more confident, and more creative.
Which really just leaves one final question for you, doesn't it? For any school looking to provide the very best for its students, the path forward doesn't have to be so complicated. The real question is, are you ready to simplify the process in order to amplify the result?